tree, the tree of life. We got into the Siphirot, or the Sephirot, the sacred sapphires, that are essentially channels or pathways, avenues of navigation on the astral plane. All right, so let's continue. Now, the mystic must learn the association of each Sephirot and the paths, the corresponding colors, planets, virtues, vices, sounds, angels, demons, etc. This is a type of spiritual language that is understood on both sides of the veil. Understood by God, understood by angels, understood by demons, and understood by humanity. Symbols in the Kabbalah are essentially magical images that construct specific visions that are not understood on a conscious level and evoked only from the subconscious mind. The Sephirot is contemplated by visualizing them with vibrating color, together with images of the corresponding Hebrew letters of the divine names of God. You also have to visualize the planets, the celestial spheres involved in each sacred sapphire, the angels involved, the parts of the body that are linked to each Sephirot. Now, an array of Hebrew letters and specific numerical properties can also be utilized to raise or alter the mystic consciousness. Breath, sound, mantras, chants, for example. Now, let's get into the Sephirot, each individual Sephirot. Now, this particular pastiche version of the sacred sapphires and their corresponding sacred names, angels, demons, heavenly spheres, parts of the human body, was compiled by me from a variety of, Kabbalistic texts and magical grimoires ranging from the 14th to 19th century. All right, sacred sapphire number 1, the Kether, the crown, the primordial point, also known as the Ancient One and Most Holy Ancient One. All right, now the divine name invoked is Elehe, I am. The archangel linked to this first sacred sapphire is Metatron, from the angelic order, the Hayuth, or the Hayath, the holy living creatures. Now, Metatron is perhaps the greatest of all heavenly beings created by God, essentially the king of the angels, the chancellor of heaven, the prince of divine force. He's the chief of the ministering angels and the angel of the covenant. He's also known as the Lesser Yahweh, the Lesser YHWH. He is, he was once human, but he's in fact the transformed Enoch. Enoch is, of course, a descendant of Noah, and he's transformed by God into an angelic being. Metatron is charged with the sustenance of humanity, and the angel is a type of link between the human and the divine. The angel is considered, this particular angel is considered the demiurge of classical Jewish mysticism. And he is known as the angel who led the children of Israel through the wilderness after Exodus. Now, the corresponding archdemons, there's two, are Satan and Moloch, from the demonic order, the Thimal, or Themil, also known as the two contenders. Now, Satan, Ha-Satan, is actually a divine office and means adversary. Ha-Satan, also known as Samael, was once a great angel and the chief of the seraphim and the head of the order of virtues. Ha-Satan is actually 12-winged, when the seraphim usually have only 6 wings. Now, according to Kabbalistic lore, Ha-Satan will one day be reinstated in heaven to his original rank and pristine splendor. Now, Malak is, or was, the fiercest spirit that fought in the war in heaven. And Moloch has now been made even fiercer by his defeat and despair. Moloch was once worshipped as the Canaanite god of fire, and children were once sacrificed to him. Now, the heavenly sphere associated with the kether or crown is the primum mobile, and the part of the body is the head. All right, let's move on to the second sacred sapphire, the Chakma. This is linked to wisdom, the divine father, and the supernal father. The divine names invoked are Ha-Jehovah, the Lord, and Yad Jehovah. Now, the corresponding archangel is Raziel, from the angelic order Aphanium, which is linked to the wheels, which means the wheels. Now, Raziel is considered to be the angel of mysteries, the angel of the secrets of God, the herald of God, the preceptor angel, and the angel of secret regions, and the personification of divine wisdom. Now, the corresponding archdemon is Beelzebub, from the demonic order Kogil, the Hinderers. Beelzebub is a fallen cherub and the chief of the 9 hierarchies of the underworld. Beelzebub was once worshipped as a god by the ancient Syrians and was called the Lord of the Flies by the Israelites. Now, the corresponding heavenly sphere is the zodiac, and the part of the body that is linked to this second sacred sapphire is the brain. All right, let's move on to the third Siphirot, or the third sacred sapphire. This is the Binah. This is linked to intelligence and the Great Mother. Divine names invoked include Elohim, the Lord God, and Jehovah. The archangel of the third sacred sapphire is Tabzakiel, which means the contemplation of God. Tabzakiel is from the angelic order Aralim, the thrones. Now, little is known about this particular angel, but we know that he is said to rule the planet Saturn. The corresponding archdemon is Lucifer / Lucifage, from the demonic order Kugil, the concealers. Now, Lucifer, of course, was once the brightest angel, a child of light, linked to the morning and evening star Venus. Now, Lucifer has been erroneously equated with Satan by a misreading of Isaiah. This is in chapter 14, verse 12. Let's see if I can remember this exactly. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Now, the name Lucifer was applied to Satan by Saint Jerome and other early church fathers as the demon of sinful pride. Now, the heavenly sphere linked to this sacred sapphire is Saturn, and the part of the body is the heart. All right, let's move on to number 4, the Chesed, which is linked to love and greatness. The divine name invoked is El, which means the mighty one. The corresponding archangel is Tabzakiel, from the angelic order Hasmilian, the shining ones. Tabzakiel is the angel of justice. He's also known as Kadisha, the Holy One. He rules the planet Jupiter, is one of the guards of the east wind. Now, the archdemon is Astaroth, from the demonic order Ashkelion, the smiters or breakers. Now, Astaroth is also known as Diabolus. The demon was once a seraphim and a prince of the Order of the Throne. He is now a Grand Duke of the infernal regions. And Astaroth was once a god of Syria. He appears as a beautiful manifestation, astride a dragon, holding a viper in his right hand. Now, the heavenly sphere linked to the fourth sacred sapphire is Jupiter, and the part of the body is the right arm. All right, let's move on to the fifth sacred sapphire, the Geburah, which is linked to strength and judgment. The divine names invoked include Eloh, the Almighty, and Elohim Gabor, the God of battles. Now, the archangel linked to this sacred sapphire is Kama-El, from the angelic order, the seraphim, the fiery ones. Kama-El means he who sees God. This angel is one of the seven angels who stands in the presence of God and the chief of the order of powers. Kama-El is a personification of divine justice. The archangel is in charge of 12,000 angels of destruction. Now, according to early Christian lore, Kama-El appears to Christ during Jesus' agony in the Garden of Gethsemane in order to give him strength. Now, the corresponding archdemon is Asmodeus, from the demonic order Golohab, the burners, or flaming ones. Asmodeus is a creature, Asmodeus, is a creature of judgment and a vessel of wrath. Asmodeus was a Persian devil that was incorporated into Jewish lore post-exile, during the exile, as an evil spirit. Asmodeus is in fact a raging fiend that makes Noah drunk and slew the 7 bridegrooms of the young Sarah in the book of Tobit. In hell, Asmodeus is the controller of the gambling houses. According to Jewish legend, Asmodeus is the son of Adam's first wife, Lilith, with the demon Samael/Satan, and is also considered by some as a child of incest from a coupling of Tubal Cain and his sister Namaha. Now, the heavenly sphere linked to this fifth sacred sapphire is Mars, the planet Mars, and the part of the body is the left arm. Now, the sixth sacred